Well, good evening to you. I hope you've enjoyed your Sunday so far. A few isolated showers still out there. Checking in on who's watching on Facebook. Some folks commenting. Tammy, Julian, Kendra, Kiki, Marcia, Randy, as well as I turn my sound off on my phone. Hope you guys are enjoying it. There are a few showers still out there right now. Looking at what's happening offshore, could see a couple more showers sneak close to the coast as we go through the rest of this evening. Now, there are fireworks tonight on Tybee at 9:15, so you still have some time to go out there. Let's take a look outside Tybee. It looks pretty nice out there right now. Not too much in the way of rainfall in the area. Again, a shower could sneak on shore. Nothing that's really going to ruin your plans. Back here on the radar, what we're looking at, really not a lot of action. Things have quieted down, which is exactly what you want if you have those outdoor plans on your Sunday evening. And a lot of people usually getting ready for bed, maybe putting the kids to bed relatively soon. But for you lucky folks that have Labor Day off, maybe not so much. Heavier rain right now would be further south near the Brunswick area, crossing over 95, but for the low country, for most of the coastal empire, we've been pretty dry, and you can see that on the Safe Touch Security First Alert live radar. There is a light shower going in between Claxton and Grenville, going toward Daniels, and then up toward the low country, some clouds, but no rain. Even that rain offshore likely going to keep you pretty dry over in the low country. So that just about does it for current conditions. Next few hours, we're only going to see about a 20% chance of those showers as we go into the evening. But what we're looking at is tomorrow a little bit better chance of rain. But for this evening, temperatures mainly going to be upper 70s, feeling like the lower 80s. But tomorrow morning, a few isolated showers will be possible as we kick off our Labor Day. Now, hopefully you guys get to sleep in a little bit and you're not too worried about what's going on, say 8, 9 o'clock. If that's sleeping in for you, then a few showers could be out there if maybe you're awake already, going to try to get some errands done for places open. But I think we will be seeing a few of these showers coming on shore already in the morning for Labor Day. So let's take you through time here and the First Alert future radar. And I do think that it's going to be similar to what we saw today with those scattered showers, maybe a little bit earlier than what we've been accustomed to lately. This is 8 o'clock, a few of them dotting the area all the way from the low country down, really toward the state line of Florida and Georgia there. I think these become a little bit more prominent, though, as we go after 11 o'clock. And if a lot of you guys want to go to the beach, which is a popular spot to go on Labor Day, it's going to be hit and miss, but I also think that it's not going to be a complete washout. So my advice would be still go there, but if one of those showers does come at you, and you'll be able to see it coming at you from the ocean there, but maybe just that's when you head into one of the restaurants or duck inside the car in the parking lot for a little while. But a couple thunderstorms just like today will be possible, not really strong or severe, but some heavy downpours, and I do think that will definitely be possible once again for tomorrow. But this is 7 o'clock tomorrow, still some isolated showers out there, less of a coverage, more of a 30% chance of rain for your Labor Day evening. So how about those beaches specifically? I just went 40 all the way around here. If you want to go fishing and you want to know those tides near Tybee, low tide is coming up at 2:12 in the morning, under 7 feet, and then half a foot there at 8:36 in the morning, and then closing in on 8 feet, 4:46 in the afternoon. This again is for tomorrow. Also along the beaches, those highs more so in the mid 80s, feeling like the low to mid 90s. So for the evening on your Labor Day, we'll get through this and then we'll talk about what's going on in the tropics. Business picking up a little bit, but for tomorrow evening, I think that maybe if you want to close out your Labor Day by grilling out there, it's looking pretty good. Temperatures in the lower 80s, a few showers around 7, but I think they'll be drying out, all of us there as we go into the evening. So what about the tropics? Well, things have picked up a little bit, progressed since we talked yesterday. We do have potential tropical cyclone 7. Big name for a little storm here. Not too much going on, not very organized. This is it right here, north of Cuba, over the Bahamas. You can see a little bit of rain picking up here on what radar sites are down here. Not a lot. You'd be seeing a little bit more if that was better coverage. But what we're looking at now is an 80% chance of developing here within the next 5 days. So yes, that goes within the next 48 hours. We could have tropical depression to a tropical storm late Monday, and that would be Gordon. So something to look out for. What does that mean for us? Not much here in the coastal empire, Golden Isles, Low Country, but I'm just keeping you guys updated on what's going on out there. If you have friends that are along the coast, maybe in South Florida for Labor Day, they probably won't be enjoying all of the rain that's over there. But right now, this is still potential tropical cyclone 7, up to 40 miles an hour, named on Monday potentially, and then getting up to 60 miles an hour on Tuesday. Big threats with this, well, it's not so much going to be wind, but it's going to be water. Rip currents could be a big issue Monday, Tuesday, even possibly Wednesday. So where you see these shaded boxes, kind of that salmon color, those are tropical storm watches offshore there in Florida. And those winds could gust to about 57 miles an hour, and this watch goes until Wednesday afternoon. So that's for South Florida on the Gulf Coast side, and I think the areas that will be impacted, even if it's not too great, all things considered, will be on the Gulf Coast. And we'll see these tropical storm watches go until Wednesday afternoon into the evening. But I think for people that are crazy enough to get into the water, it's not going to be a good time there with those rip currents not doing so great for you. You don't want to be out in that. Obviously, there's always some people, but wind gusts will likely be tropical storm force. So even if the sustained wind is not, the gusts will be as we go Tuesday, Wednesday, even possibly Monday. So that's what's going on in the Gulf. But what about Florence? We talked about Florence a little bit yesterday. Let's give an update on that. Again, this is pretty far away. I'll give you some perspective. That's Africa, and this is where Florence is. Hasn't traveled all that far, moving at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Still sustained 50 miles an hour, and it will continue to be 50 here through Tuesday, even Wednesday. So not a lot of strengthening, and when it does strengthen, still not forecasted to get to a hurricane. Now it could by the end of the week, but this goes all the way out to Friday. But notice this is curving out to sea in the mid-Atlantic, so really not something that we're worried about at all. But this being peak hurricane season, there's always something to talk about. We've got another one. Now, this is in addition to Florence. This is a wave just now coming off the west coast of Africa. Something to watch over the next 5 days, just a 20% chance. So there's usually always something in the Atlantic this time of the year. It'd actually be kind of weird if there wasn't. So nothing for you guys to worry about at home whatsoever, but it's that time of the year. Just like you'd expect it to be colder in the middle of the winter, you expect there to be storms out in the Atlantic during hurricane season. So I hope you guys are doing all right there. If you have questions, feel free to shoot them my way. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great evening. Those rain chances off and on again tomorrow. Don't cancel those plans, but just be aware of it. Going to the beach is still not a bad idea, but I do think that if you have a hotel on the beach or even your car parked close, you might have to have that plan to jump in, maybe grab a snack at a restaurant close by. So if you guys have questions, I'll go back and look at this thread here on Facebook for those questions here as this broadcast ends, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a very safe Labor Day. Tune in for the news at 11 for the latest, because we'll have a little bit better information on those tropical systems. Until then, have a great evening.